Business Professional Women's Amanda Devison is here, the treasurer from Business Professional Women. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
That's great. We're very happy to have you here on International Women's Day.
There you go.
It's a big day. It's a very exciting day.
It is an exciting day.
It is. Before we get into Business Professional Women and all that stuff, what, just from a personal perspective, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
I just think it's a great day to kind of step back and recognize the progress that's being made in various areas when it comes to women, whether it's economic, social, political, or employment. And also it's a great time to reflect on the work that still needs to be done. So as a professional woman working in business, it's just great to have that day where we do take a moment and recognize it. Kind of things get hectic and chaotic, so it's good to really pause and recognize the good things and the great things, and also to take a look at kind of do an inventory of where we can still improve.
Yeah, it's exactly the way I was going to put it. You can take stock of kind of what's happened over the last year, the last decade, or the last whatever, and then see what kind of come up with a game plan further to that. Really.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Great. It's a great way to do it. We're on the same wavelength. It's excellent. Today, we actually pulled you out of this. You guys have your monthly meeting, which was today, which, by the way, not to pull the curtain out, but we record just before we go to air, and as a result, this meeting would be done by the time this airs, but we did pull you out from that. So why don't you tell us all about it? It seems like a really exciting time.
Sure. So Business and Professional Women of Greater Moncton, we're a collective of women, so some are self-employed, others are in the corporate world or the government or nonprofit, variety of sectors. We meet once a month, so from September to June, we meet the first Wednesday of every month. We have our dinner meeting, starts around 5:30 with networking. 6:30 is when dinner actually starts, and then we usually have a speaker or a panel or a topic of interest, and it varies. The topics vary. Could be personal development or professional development, or we just maybe want to hear a story about a particular woman in the Greater Moncton area who has a great story to tell that we might be able to learn from.
Mm-hmm. So you have the networking first, so people have to earn their supper. So the hour they got to really get in there, network really good, and then they get to earn their supper.
Well, if you feel awkward about it, you could duck in closer to 6:30 if you just want to
tell them that.
But it's a safe environment to really kind of help people get over those butterflies or nervousness around networking. It's very welcoming. There's a variety of women from a variety of backgrounds and just different even occupations. So it's a great opportunity to get out there and meet people that you may not otherwise get a chance to meet.
Yeah, and even further to that, I mean, from the business community, networking is extremely important. Mm-hmm. Just how important is it to network just in this area? What do you think?
Oh, I think it plays a major piece for sure. So I've changed careers, and I joined with my new job. I joined BPW, and I was exposed to a variety of different people and occupations that I had not even met before, and I'd lived in Moncton for 4 years at that point. So it's really important to kind of get in those different circles, and it's not necessarily about an immediate sale or gaining a client through that networking. It's more about building your personal network, and as you go along, you start to realize you know someone who knows someone, and that really comes in handy as you're kind of evolving, whether it's your business or your career.
Yeah, you never know what or who you need until you need it, right?
Exactly.
That's the toughest thing about it. You did mention guest speakers, and I know at the meeting, I don't know if you necessarily missed the speaker today, but I know that it was going to be a very interesting one. Who was speaking today?
So she's an immigrant woman. I don't want to, I'm afraid to massacre her name, so I apologize for that.
That's why I didn't write it down. So now we're busted.
So yeah, spoilers. So she's an immigrant new to Moncton, and so she was going to speak about that experience, about what it's like to come to Moncton and be involved. And we actually had a variety of immigrant females that were coming to attend. So 3Plus actually purchased a lot of tickets for women through the Hive, and they were really excited to hear kind of an immigrant's perspective, being immigrants themselves. So again, it's one of those key pieces, right? So some of us that are from here take it for granted of what it's like to live here. So we wanted to really share that perspective of, well, what is it like to be new to Moncton, new to Canada, and kind of what kind of relationships do you want to be developing at that point in time, what works, what doesn't work, kind of how her journey progressed, so that it might give some insight to the other women that are there, whether they're Canadian or non-Canadian.
Mm-hmm. And it actually comes at a really good time too, because of course the Moncton area just got their immigration pilot project extended. So
yes.
Immigration's been a huge thing in the Greater Moncton area, in particular over the last 5 years or so. The numbers have just skyrocketed. I'm sure in the business community you've noticed that as well.
Oh, absolutely, and it's kind of a key piece. We're in an interesting demographic shift especially New Brunswick, we're the oldest province, right? So we're having a lot more people retire and not as many young people to fill them in. So if we don't have immigration, we're going to be kind of stuck. There's going to be a lot of labor issues. We're already starting to experience them. So it's really important. Immigration is very important. People need to embrace it in all angles. So it's not even just a Moncton issue, it's a countrywide issue. But here, where we are the fastest growing city in the province, and we need to kind of really rally around that and support people, not just to get here, but also find jobs, houses, support, right? We need to become a community around them and kind of act as a community and a family so that they want to stay here and contribute to our community as well.
Mm-hmm. And not only to that, I know I've talked to a few people about immigration in the city and in the area, and some people are opponents to it. And I said, well, the people coming in, they're going to pay taxes. Mm-hmm. And the benefit is, like, that comes back to our coffers. If you talk about government spending, that's even if you don't agree with the rest of it, these are people who are going to help all of us, even just through that, but also their experience and every other aspect of what they bring to the table. It's a no-brainer, certainly, and it's great to see. This in our area and of course in our country as well. Coming up later this month, there's a huge event that is coming up on the 27th, and that is the Phenomenal Women Award. That's going to be on our channel, by the way.
Yes, you guys are going to air it live and then repeat it for us as well. So that's really exciting. We were very excited to get that request, and so we fully embraced it. So on the 27th is the Phenomenal Woman Award. It's our largest fundraiser as BPW. So we have a bursary program, and the proceeds from this event go to restock the bursary program, and those bursaries are given out to women in the Greater Moncton community every year. So we have two bursaries and a grant. So it's an employability grant that people can apply for up to $1,000. So that's for helping women get back into the workforce, or if they're trying to upskill or improve their wages. So we've done things like help cover childcare, transportation. One woman needed some dental work. So it's kind of a lot of out-of-the-box kind of aspects that may not come up that people really think of right away, but are things that people need. Maybe they need a different wardrobe to work at a different workplace. So that's one of the areas that the funds go. Then we have two bursaries. One is for high school students graduating and going into post-secondary, and that's $1,000 as well. And the third one is for women already in post-secondary education, so whether they're in for second, third year, they can apply for that, and that one is also $1,000. So this is a really big event for us. It raises a lot of money. We gave out $6,000 last year, and that was with the bursaries, and then we're still waiting. We've posted and looking for applicants for the employability grant, so that is out there. If anybody's interested in applying, you can check out our Facebook page or our website for information on that. So there's still money left for the employability grant, and then this will restock us so that this year for the graduates coming, we'll have those bursaries as well.
Yeah, and that's important as well, and it's great to see the support that you guys are putting towards the women in our community.
Yeah, and the event as well, we kind of inherited it about 5 years ago. It started with CBDC, and it was specifically for women entrepreneurs, and now it's evolved to be more about just women leaders in the community. So whether they work in the corporate world or are self-employed, both are eligible. You don't have to be a member of BPW to be nominated or to nominate someone. So it's really recognizing kind of a leader, a connector, a mentor, someone who gives back in the community. So it's a really great moment for us to recognize some of the superstar women we have here in Greater Moncton.
That starts at 11 o'clock on March the 27th at Legends Restaurant, which is the Moncton Coliseum. It's a 2.5-hour luncheon, so what's scheduled? What's going to happen?
There's some networking as well, obviously. It's kind of a business event.
You got to put that work in. Put in that networking.
So there is networking, a great chance to mingle again with some different people you may not normally run into in the course of your day. There is a lunch served. There's going to be a keynote speaker, and then we'll have our 3 finalists and announce the winner.
All right, so it's going to be pretty intense. We got about a minute and a half. MonctonBPW.com, by the way, is the website. You can go check it out and get all the information on the luncheon, on the monthly meetings, everything that you need to. You can see it there on the screen. And contact them on Facebook, too. I understand you guys do also have a Facebook page for more direct, interactive discussions, I suppose, because you can reply directly. But the Facebook's really important, too.
Facebook's very interactive. We also list all of our events there. You can message us. And we just do different posting of different women's events going on in the city as well, or different organizations that may be having things on the go. So it's not just 100% BPW focused, it's kind of broader. So if people have something going on that's women specific, they could always message us and we'll post it along there. Also, you can check out Eventbrite directly if you're just looking to purchase tickets, whether it's for Phenomenal Women or for our monthly meetings. We post them on Eventbrite as well.
All right, so be sure to check it out. We've got very quickly, how can someone become a part of this if they'd like to?
Absolutely. They can send us an email through our website. You can reach out to us via Facebook. You could come to one of our monthly meetings and check it out as a guest. So some people want to, try it on before they buy. So come on out, check it out, see if it's for you. You can attend as a guest. Ask some of our other members as well. Like we'll go out and grab a coffee with you and just, tell you all about BPW and how it might be a benefit for you to join.
And that's your network practicing too.
There
so
you
can
go.
Get all that together.
Exactly.
Amanda Devison, the treasurer from Business Professional Women, which is excellent. So be sure to check that out. Event coming up later this month. Be sure to check that out. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.